Hey guys, what's up? This is Dan from whitepill.tv, and today I'm in Hua Hin in the hotel. Unfortunately, you can't see the sea here, but it's right there behind me. It's just the night. Today's episode, I'm going to talk about the post-traumatic situation we are all in. Basically, we are all in a post-traumatic state of mind. Everybody gets traumas. The first trauma is the trauma at birth, which is quite awful. I mean, just think about it. You were in the belly of your mom, and from one time to the other, you're just going out in this cold world, you're being pushed through a little opening. It's probably very painful to go out, and then you're going out in the cold room, going from 36 degrees to warm liquid into a 20 degrees room on average. It might be warmer or colder, but it's definitely much more uncomfortable than the warm belly of your mom you were in for 9 months before that. And then you have to adapt to breathing through your nose and mouth instead of getting all you need without any work from your mom. That's gotta be very, very traumatic. And we're picking up traumas from birth, before birth, and anytime afterwards until we are deaf. And it's just so that these traumas change us in our behavior. When we are very traumatized, the body is trying to get rid of the trauma with a fight or flight response or freeze response. But we humans do not really get out of it anymore. Like if an animal gets a trauma in nature, they usually shake it off by shaking the body wild. And that's when an animal, like a deer, imagine a deer goes into a fight, flight, or freeze response. The deer either fights or flights. That means he's shaking all of the energy off. He's using all the energy by running away, and his body is gonna shake off the trauma like that. Or if he freezes because of the trauma, after going out of the freeze response, they are shaking all muscles of the body, and the trauma is gone. We humans don't do that. Imagine you're sitting in school and you're writing a test or an exam, and suddenly the teacher starts shouting at you, or you're getting a bad grade and your mom is shouting at you. What are you gonna do? You cannot fight, you cannot flight, so you freeze. And this is happening like very, very often. I think it's happening at least once a day for the average Western person, and we're not shaking it off. So we're getting traumatized daily, basically. And we do not have real systems in place in order to take care of the traumas we get. But there are ways you can actually utilize to get rid of traumas, which I'm going to talk about more in the coming weeks, months, and years in this channel. And the fastest and most effective way for someone to get rid of a trauma seems to be MDMA. People who are in the military, in the army, in the US, they get a lot of issues with PTSD, with post-traumatic stress syndrome, and it's a very, very expensive condition for the army, and there are people where nothing helps. And what they started to research now is bringing these people into therapy with MDMA. But this is something that's still very, very new and in the testing phase. What did people do for trauma release when we were still hunters and gatherers? Shamanism. We didn't have MDMA until like 1916 or 1912. I don't remember the exact year. I need to research it. It was discovered in Merck in the 1910s, but only decades after we found out the psychedelic effects. And people were always able to get rid of traumas. Of course, traumas go away on their own if you're lucky, but it takes a while, a long time. They might go away through therapy, but shamanism is what we humans have always used in all native tribes all around the world to get rid of traumas. And there are a few methods like shamanic extraction and soul part retrieval, which are shamanic healing methodologies that are in practice used for thousands and tens of thousands of years. And of course, the use of psychedelics like ayahuasca has been used to get rid of traumas as well. If you like this video and want to know more about helping yourself, getting rid of your traumas that are keeping you limited with procrastination or burnout, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below about exactly what you want to know more. And also subscribe to the newsletter. We are gonna publish a lot of tips on trauma release, psychedelics, shamanism, and more. And peace out and have a good night.